Okay, so our next step now is we're learning how to do graphs in Excel, charts and graphs. So if you look at your project, we're on page 1, we're doing the double bar graph. Okay, first thing you're going to need to do is go to weather.com. So I'm going to ask you to go to weather.com, and you're going to pick a city, any city you want, okay? And you're going to type in the search bar right here. I'm going to choose my hometown, so you are not allowed to choose this town. You're going to choose your town. And then what we're going to do is we are going to go to the 10-day forecast, because we have 10 days worth of information that we need to fill in. It may take a minute to load, and pause it at any point you need. The information gives you the high and the low. So what you are going to do is you are going to fill in every column, starting with today's, including your town. So I'm turning my ink on. I'll scroll this down. So I would write Stony Point, New York. And then Monday, I'm sorry, today's Tuesday. Tuesday, 3-1. Wednesday, 3-2. And so on. And you're going to fill in all of this information. So please pause the video now and you fill that in while I do the same. Okay, at this point I have all of my information recorded. So it says input the data from the table into an Excel spreadsheet. So remember again, the way to open Excel is you hit the start menu. All programs, we're going to go to Microsoft Office and choose the green one, Microsoft Excel. It will pop up. What I am going to ask you to do is make sure that not only do you type in your numbers, but you also type in your heading. So I'm going to type in the words day and date. Remember, it goes across the boxes, so I'm going to stretch my box so that it fits. Then I'm going to type in daily high temperature, and then daily low temperature. Notice how it looks like I'm writing over, but remember what I need to do is stretch my box so that it fits. And I'm going to do that for all of them, so I can make them as big as I need to make them. Okay, then I am going to go ahead and type in Tuesday, March 1st, Wednesday, and I am going to type in all of these things, and you're going to do the same. So please pause the video and type in your information. Okay, so at this point I have all of my information typed in. So my next step is to follow the directions on the project. It says step 3 is to highlight the data and click insert and choose either the first 2D or the first 3D bar graph. The lines will appear horizontally across the page. So I'm going to highlight all of my data. It will look like one cell is not highlighted, but that's okay. It really is. I'm going to click insert. I'm going to choose a bar graph. And I choose the first 2D or the first 3D. I like 3D. I'm going to drag my graph below my information so that I can see what's going on. Okay, and then I'm going to go to the next step, which says, I'm going to have to clear my ink as well. It says to be sure to add a title, axes labels, and have a legend that tells which color is high temperature and which color is low temperature. Okay, so we've got high temperature and low temperature already labeled, but I need to add a title and axes label. So I'm going to go to layout, and I'm going to click on chart title, and I want it above the chart. Mine was the weather forecast for Stony Point, New York. Remember, your title can be anything you want as long as it's related to what you were looking up. I think I spelled forecast wrong. That's why I teach math. Okay, I also have to go to axes titles. I'm going to do both. First the horizontal. I'm going to put it below the axis. Pops it in there. What I'm going to type in is temperature. And hit enter. It replaces it. Then I'm going to go to axis titles and do my vertical. I like it rotated. And I'm going to write in day and date. Okay? These are the information that came from the heading of the page. That's how I figured those out. Now this is done. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure I save it as something I can figure out. So I'm going to put my last name, and I'm going to put either bar graph or graph 1 or something like that, and I'm going to click save, and I'm going to save it somewhere where I know I can find it. Now that I have it saved, my next step is to go on, I'm going to click here and I'm going to rename this as bar graph. Then I'm going to click sheet 2 and I'm going to start the same thing for the next page. Okay, at the end of the project, you are going to email everything to me. Okay, my email address again is scasano@albany.k12.ny.us. You can ask for help at any point along the way. Okay, look for the next video to see how to do column graphs. Then the video after that will be a pie chart, and the following will be the line graph, and then you will be finished with this project. Please ask any questions, and remember to continue to pause the videos whenever you need help.